FreeMMOStation.com.
Hey guys, this is Hitzel from FreeMMOStation.com with a first look video on Dice Venture. Dice Venture is made by Netmarble Games, which are also the creators of the famous now games Arcane Saga and an older game, Uncharted Waters. You've probably heard of these games, and if you have not, you can check them on FreeMMOStation.com or on our YouTube channel. So here today in Dice Venture, you'll see that it looks like a board game because you can see dice and money. The only difference is that it is not a gambling game, so if you think you're going to win any money, you're not, sadly. So here in the character creation screen, you're going to notice that there's 8 different characters you can become. The only problem with this is that even though in the biography, as you can tell, it does in yellow, it shows the difference that they do. But the thing is that I've noticed that no matter what character you've chosen, it doesn't really matter. It does not have any special effect on the game. So this is all personal preference. So if you like, let's say Katrina, it's not going to make any difference from Jennifer. So basically, whatever you want, you can click on whatever character and it will not help you in the game no matter what. It's basically just the way you play, and that's what will help you win this game. I'm personally going to pick Hernandez because that is my last name, and it is the only adult looking character compared to like these guys look like little babies and stuff. So once you get into character selection box, do not be fooled by this. I've been fooled 20 million times. People think this is a bug, but it's not. So what you need to do is that you need to first put your name that you want, my bad, I spelled it wrong, in the check for ability box. Please remember that you need to check for ID. If it's available, it'll tell you that it's available. If it's not, then it'll tell you to change it. Make sure you always check it. Now, when you get to gender, the gender does not really matter. I mean, of course, what if you're male or female, but in the game, it's not going to matter either. So don't worry about that either. And then it'll let you register.
Roll those lucky dice.
Now that you see that with that stupid music came off, and this is not really the most appealing game, you can see that graphic wise, anything, this has nothing to do with anything. You'll see that it has the tutorial here. So I'm just going to roll through the tutorial right now, and then I'll explain to you the game while I get into the game to further help you out in the game. Hey guys, I'm back, and now you're going to see that we're at the main screen. You can see that it's like almost every other board game / card game, whatever way you want to call it, in MMOs or online. You can actually play this through Facebook, so it's not necessarily like a big time game. If you have an average computer, you'll be able to play this, obviously, so don't feel bad if you actually do want to play this. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to entertain you with a game that's not really entertaining, unless, you like board games. So first of all, you're going to see all these different rooms and stuff, all this other stuff. Your little ID card with your name, your rank, it's basically the most simplest looking thing that you've ever seen. Like almost everything. If you play, like poker on the internet, on Facebook, then this looks almost exactly the same, just in their own little way. So you can either play team-wise or free-for-all wise, but I'm going to play free-for-all wise because free-for-all, to be honest with you, is kind of better. And you can see they have that recorded music that you really don't hear. So I'm going to go to settings and kind of just take off the little sound effects that you don't want to hear. So you can see that the sound effects are really annoying. And now that I'm in a game with someone else, I'm going to ready up and then start the game. So now that we're in the game, you actually have to determine who is first. And you'll see that it basically looks just like Monopoly. So if you want to say that they copied Monopoly, you can call it Monopoly number 2. Basically, there's 4 different ways to win. And like I said, this game is very complicated, but at the same time, it is not. So I'm going to first roll. So you can see that it is, like I said, it is a dice game, and I landed on the Philippines. Now you will see that I can buy the Philippines or I can cancel. And basically, those blue spots are like special locations. So basically, this game is almost like a rent game. So when you go over the same spot as someone else, you have to either pay them or take the location. And you can see that the money is made through, how much you sell or how much you make. And you can roll, and you'll see that it goes by each thing, and you'll see that each place is a housing. So you can see you can either purchase the land these are regular spots, the land, the villa, and then the buildings and all those other things you cannot buy it. So I'm just gonna buy the land. Each little thing will build up later, if they land on you, whatever the specific is. Then if you can see like what she just landed on, you will see that each of those different cards here are fortune cards. Fortune cards, basically like the one, let's say down here, for instance, this is a Las Vegas card. The Las Vegas card, basically, it's you bid money. It's kind of weird, but you only get 3 chances, and you can now see that I landed in the World Cup. So now I need to increase a rental fee on somewhere where I landed. So now I need to pay extra money in that area. So you can see that each little card on this area is actually has cities. So like I said, think of Monopoly. So you end up buying them, and when you buy them, like I said, with the money, you basically own that spot. So you can see now I've already landed on 2 of the blue spots. I have the Caribbean islands and the Philippine islands. So now you can see that the 2 of those amazing spots on the map, even though the beaches are in pink, also have the same thing. So you can see they got the beaches. You'll notice that it's called the Festival City, but you can see that it is basically the same thing. So now you can see that now the land for Paris is more expensive than the land in Singapore, just because of how good of a place it is. But that's how this game varies, and like I said, the game is a very luck-based game. You do not have to be smart in any way possible to play this game. But like I said, it's very luck-wise, and there's 4 different ways to win. Now, the fourth one is obviously the hardest one, and the first one's the easiest one. Basically, the easiest way to make the opponent go bankrupt. You can see that she has more money than me. That's because I've been actually spending more money. But it's basically to make them go bankrupt. So if they run out of money, that's just one way to win. Every time, like you just saw right now, that you go past the starting place, you get 300,000. And also, see how she landed in the Philippines? The money that I had placed on the Philippines, she just paid me back. So now she lost money. So now I am trapped on a desert island now. You can also see. So like I said, this game is really fast, but it's very long also. So it can last for a whole lot of time. But you basically, especially if you're playing free-for-all with 2 other people, it just goes really fast. So now when you get on one of these little things on the left or the right, Desert Island World Travel, basically to get out, you need to either get doubles or you need to pay out. Now, doubles is very hard to get, and also paying out is not what you want to do either, because you don't want to get bankrupt. The second way to win the game is if you need to get all of the same colors. So let's say the blue, for instance. If I get all the blues, then I will end up winning the game because I have all the blues. Basically, that's how it works. Because if she lands on the blues, like I said, I never understood why it's like that, but like I said, the game is basically like a Monopoly. So you can see that she landed on another festival city. So even though I guess it shows it for her now, before in other games it actually does not show it for you. But if you notice that now I can see the places that she has. See here, I can see which places she's bought. The only difference is that for some reason in the game, what that I noticed is that not every game will you see where they've put their buildings and stuff, even if they land on it. Because remember, you don't have to put a land there. And you can see that I'm getting destroyed in money right now, which is really sad. But anyways, that's because I just spent it on a landmark, and a landmark apparently is the most out of all it. So I just landed back in the same place. So another way to win the game is it's called a triple victory. A triple victory is when you get basically on each side, or on 3 sides, you get the same color. So let's say I get pink, and I get these blues, and I get these. Basically, I will again see. I don't want to buy here because I already landed here before. You'll see that if I win this game, I'll actually show you how this works. So you can see she got past the place there, and then whatever, and she landed on a fortune card, and I'm still waiting to land on a fortune card, but she landed on the world travel. So now she's stuck there for world travel. Now I've landed in New Delhi, and I got 748k after that. So now I'm just gonna, let's say, instead of buying the land, actually if you buy the land, you have to buy the land if you decide to buy something there, which I kind of hate. Like, what if you want to buy like a villa there and then not own the land? But like I said, it's not that much of making sense. So you can see that she kind of just flew all the way. So I said this game has a bunch of different cards. For instance, like there's a card that will double the amount of money she has to pay if I land there. So I just paid 350k for actually landing on her thing. So I kind of got screwed there for a little bit. But they've actually updated the game because the landmarks and stuff like that were not here 2 weeks ago. So yeah, like I said, this game is new. But if you notice that in the game, after time, they've added a lot of things. So you can see here that I'm actually getting destroyed right now because I don't have as much money, but she has more landmarks than me. So I have a more chance of landing somewhere that will make me lose money than she does. So now I've landed on Beijing. The thing is, I do not want to spend a lot of money, so I'm just going to cancel that because I'm already losing money. So I said the game is, like I said, I still have 18 minutes left in the game, almost. So this is a very long game. I mean, most MMOs you usually spend a lot of time in the game, but this game you probably get really tired of it, especially because this is probably one of those games that you'll probably spend, like, listen to music to, while you're playing it, because you can get very bored of this game. Like I said, it's not very appealing. Most card games aren't, unless you're gonna get that new card game that has actually been announced at E3. I do not remember the name, but I'm sure people will know what I'm talking about. So now, also, if you've not seen this already, if you've seen next to the roll button, there's an odd and even button. Basically, if you click on it, even though it has not let me this game for some reason, you'll notice that if you click odd, then it'll give you an odd number. If you click even, then it'll give you an even number. But it won't always be an option for you. You get 3 tries for either of them. So like I said, it's very important that you use them wisely, especially when you know which one they've landed on. So you can see I only have 24k left, so I'm gonna try it as possible as I can. Even though I just got the 324k again, because I get 300,000 each time, that I'm going to just get away from the places that make me spend a lot of money. So see, Cairo to me doesn't. Actually, since I have not gotten a spot here, I'm going to try to get as much spots on around that area as possible. Like I said, so I can try to get the victory of getting all 3 colors. The problem is with that is that Dubai and Santiago and Bangkok, you see down here, are not mine. So you can see that she's gotten a lot of the board already. And me, for instance, I have not gotten a lot of the board. So I really need to get hyped up with this. So you can see that she's almost dominating me right now in terms of money in every little aspect. So I'm basically just going to keep on going and just kind of attempt to win this game. Like I said, luck is very important in this game. Like you can see, like for instance, she landed on New York. New York kills you with money. Let's say I land on New York right now, I can get destroyed. So she already has 3 festival cities. I don't have any festival cities at all, basically. So that's really bad. So you can see that she's getting like 5 different turns already. So you can see now she put a landmark on Dubai. So now I'm kind of screwed there. So now I'm landing on Berlin. Berlin, I'm actually going to, even though I can't. See, I can't. So I'm just going to buy the land for right now. See, but since I know that I'm going to go down there back to the start, hopefully, then see, like now I'm going to be stuck in the world travel. So now I can use this on my next turn, which means I'll travel anywhere I want. So I said each spot has 3 different things you can do. So I can select the region now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select New Delhi, for instance, right? So each little thing has its own thing. World travel, you can travel on the next turn to wherever you want. Desert Island, you basically deserted. The World Cup, I don't even remember what the World Cup does. I did land there. And the start, of course, is a start. So I said this is not a very entertaining game. But you could have fun with this if you don't want money. So you can see right now that she actually landed on the Caribbean island, so she lost money. But now you can see that I'm catching up to her because she's losing money. So now I actually landed on Miami Beach. I'm actually from Miami in Florida, in the United States. So I'm going to buy Miami Beach, which will give me a lot of money if she lands on it, which makes me really happy. And you're going to see how this game, as slowly as it goes front, you're going to see how badly the game gets tight, because since everybody has bought almost every single spot, you're gonna see now now she landed in New Delhi. See, now I'm gonna get paid. That's the good thing, that as more and more that you get into the game, then you'll see that it basically screws you over, even though she just bought over New Delhi for me. So I kind of in a way lost money again. Also, the more money you spend, the winner's share becomes more. So basically, the more money we spend per game is the more money we put for the winner's share. So all the money that's been spent today will go to the winner's share. And so basically whoever wins gets all that money, because I believe the money is basically goes with your leveling when you level up. So now I'm going to attack one of her cities, I believe. Or she's going to attack mine. I actually do not know. Actually no, she's attacking one of my cities. So this is not good right now. I am waiting for her to attack my cities. Like I said, so there's a bunch of different game things. That's the one thing that's good about this game. There's a bunch of different things that actually determine what happens in the game. So anything can happen. You can be losing right then and on, and then you can just get destroyed. So you can see I just lost money because I got attacked. So I said, you can't feel special. I finally landed on a fortune card, and that put me on the world travel spot, which is great. So I go from the starting line, get more money back, and I go to the world travel, which means I can go wherever I want the next turn from where I've gotten. So now she landed on Prague. See, now I get more money. So you can see now that the game has slowly shifted away. So you see, I have 2. It actually shows you each spot that you have, actually, to be honest with you. So it's actually pretty cool. So you can see that I have landed in the spot that really, really gets me good. So I landed on Santiago on purpose. Even though I lose a toll, but I want to take over Santiago. because you can see here that I want to not only buy the building, but as you can see here, this is actually all the this is your real estate bar right here. On the real estate bar, it actually shows you of each card what you got. So I have two, let's say, of the green side and two of the Caribbean islands, and you know, each other. So like I said, this game is very complicated if you don't know what you're doing, and it is very, very simple at the same time. But luck is your main thing. So we're going to keep going through the game here, and we're just going to see who can actually win this game. I only need one more card, as you can see. Now I just paid a total of 120,000 because I landed on Hawaii. So you can see that now I am still trying to get the 3. And I just got really bad screwed over because now I need to select a city to sell. So now I need to auto sell a city that I really do not want to sell, but I'm going to sell it anyways. It will be one that I probably do not need. So let's say I'm going to sell Berlin, right? So I need more mortgage funds. So I need to take out a bank loan apparently. So I'm going to loan request. So I got a bank loan of $4 million. So you can see now that I have no cash whatsoever because I have a bank loan. Now, I do not know why I have lost already. That's the problem that I don't know. So I'm guessing the loan, you get your money back later on. So you can see I landed on 6 and I landed on London, but do not have any money to pay for London. So actually now I'm not bankrupt yet, which is I'm guessing because of it, but I got 72k back because she landed on Mer City, but she landed over. So now she has almost gotten a double victory. So you can tell now that we are getting close to the end of the game and that I'm almost gonna lose. So she's really killing me right now. You can see on the board here when you highlight over every place that she's bought, that each place has its own little flag of hers, that she's blue and I'm red. So now where's where I'm really going to get destroyed because I lost another 120,000, in that the game is almost over, as you can tell, because I am really getting destroyed. So now for the first time you're going to see the Las Vegas. This is how the Las Vegas looks. Basically, you either click heads or tails, and if you land on that, you get money. So you can see that she lost, so she got screwed over. So I'm going to roll again, and like I said, let's see how this goes. So I got on the starting point, so like I said, I'm getting money back. So like I said, the money never goes away. So I'm now going to go on a place that I want to buy, and I'm just going to do it over here because I believe that since it's kind of closer to her, that's probably a number that she would get easier. So she got 12, and see, as you can see, she landed on the place that I just bought. So I just got 66k, and I had a lot of luck. So you see, luck is very important, but now she's taking over. So now if she takes over with all the money that she has, she could get a victory, which is what I'm really scared of. So now she has double benefits, and she's going to throw it again. And she gets on the Dice World Cup, and on the Dice World Cup, now she gets to host it in a specific area. So like I said, I'm not trying to make this video long, and I said this game is not very important, but like I said, it's fun if you like it, and if you like luck and card games, and if you really like Monopoly, like you used to like Monopoly. There's 3 turns left in the game, so you have actually an amount of turns. So now I'm screwed over. So you can see now that it also goes by turns too. So I'm kind of screwed over. And she got another 300k, so I am slowly but surely losing this game. And there's another landmark, so you can see now that, well, I wasn't very good at this game, and I feel bad, but I was. But I'm going to really just destroy something that's really important to her, and I destroyed the building in Bangkok. I don't know why. Like I said, just random. I didn't know which one would be more important. So like I said, I have one more turn, so I'm going to land on Lisbon, which means I'm going to totally lose all my money and that I went bankrupt. I hope you guys liked this video, and I thank you guys for watching. Please check out FreeMMOStation.com ahead of us, where it's going to show all 3 links that you need to know. Thanks, guys.